Hello everyone, welcome to another yoga flow. Today I have for you a gentle heart opening flow. So we will kind of work all of the muscles, all of the tightness that we have to kind of decongest our chest, our heart area. Right, and so a lot of times what we do in our day-to-day life is we're kind of rounding forward, right? We're, on our phone, on our computer, driving to work, whatever, we're rounded forward. And when we're constantly in this rounded forward position, the muscles in the front of our body tend to kind of tense up, right? They shorten, they become tight. So if we could kind of open everything up, then we can not only get that posture that maybe we are working towards, but we can find just a little bit more maybe openness in our life too, right? Cool. Okay, so anyways, the only thing that you might need today is a blanket and then maybe a mat, right? A mat makes yoga a little bit easier perhaps. It gives you a little bit of grip, but it's never necessary for a yoga class. But however, you might want a blanket. I actually have my blanket kind of spread out on my mat already because we'll spend quite a bit of time taking weight on our knees. And so I just want you to be nice and comfortable. Okay, so find your blanket, kind of spread it out, have it ready to go. And then we will all meet in a seated position. So this nice cross-legged position, always know that if I suggest this position but it doesn't feel good to you, you can find another one. You could start seated in a chair, you could kneel, or you could even prop yourself up on a nice big pillow, right? Whatever works for you. Okay, so otherwise here we are in our cross-legged position perhaps. We're just gonna bring our hands to our knees or our thighs somewhere, roll the shoulders up and back, and close the eyes. Take a big breath in, breath out. And just let everything settle for a moment. Let your breath settle, let your body settle, but most of all, maybe you let your brain, your mind, your thoughts settle. And just start to notice if there's any tightness somewhere in the body, right? Notice if already maybe you're rounding forward, slumping down just a little bit, right? That's okay, right? We all go there sometimes. So let's just see if every time we notice, we could just kind of fix that. We could sit up a little bit taller. We could keep the collarbones broad, right? Think about standing, or in this case, maybe sitting in your power. Right, find a little bit of lift. Take a big breath in, breath out. You can keep your eyes closed if that feels good to you. I will try to lead you with my words, but otherwise you can certainly open your eyes as well. We're just gonna cactus our arms out to the side. Palms will face forward, thumbs will face in towards your head. Okay, and then from here, we're just gonna inhale, look up, maybe reach the arms up so that the arms go towards straight. Breath in, and then breath out, cactus the arms, pull the elbows back and wide, pull them down towards your rib cage, right? We're really open through the chest. Take a big breath in, breath out. We're gonna do that a few times. We're just gonna inhale, reach the arms up, and then exhale, pull the elbows back and down, right? Opening up a lot through the shoulders. One more time, inhale, reaching up, and exhale, cactus, pull the elbows down. All right, from here, we're going to kind of progress to perhaps a bigger and bigger heart opener as we go, right? So we're gonna start with hands on the knees. And I'm actually just gonna switch so you can kind of see from the side for a moment so we kind of understand what we're going for here. So we're gonna start with just having the hands on the knees, and then we're gonna try to keep from rocking forward and backwards on the pelvis, right? We're gonna see if we can keep the pelvis a bit stable here and find all of this lift and opening through the upper back and through the chest, right? So there's a big difference between finding a big arch in your back and then finding just that little bit of lift through the heart, right? So see if we can find stability in the pelvis for this. Okay, bring your left hand down to your left knee. And then from here, we're just gonna inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the ceiling. So again, we're not rocking forward on the pelvis. We're keeping the pelvis stable. We're just lifting the heart, pulling that right shoulder back. So that might look more like this with the right hand out in front of you a little bit. That's okay, right? If your shoulders are feeling a little bit tight, not a problem. We'll work on that. Okay, so then just bring that right hand back down. Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit less so we can flow a little bit more. So left hand will stay down. We're gonna just work on this right side for now. We're gonna inhale, lift that right arm up, pull that right thumb towards the back of the mat, or behind you at least, and then exhale, coming back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reaching that right arm up, lift the heart. Exhale, back down. 1 more time. Inhale, right arm reaches up and back. And then exhale, back through center. So we're just gonna switch to that other side. So the right hand is gonna come to the right knee. And then on the inhale, pelvis stays stable. We're just lifting the heart, reaching that left thumb back behind you. And then exhale, coming back down. Inhale, lifting up, reaching back. Exhale, coming back down. 2 more times. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Last time. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, coming back down. We're just going to find kind of this little hula hoop or jump rope or whatever kind of motion with the rib cage. So bring both of your hands to your knees, and then we're just going to bring the rib cage out to the right and then bring it forward. So we're reaching our heart forward, our rib cage forward to the left, and then back. We're rounding the spine. So just finding this big circular motion. See if you can keep the shoulders from kind of compensating and reaching up towards the ears, right? See if we can still stay relaxed in the shoulders. Switch directions if you haven't already. And then we come back through that kind of neutral spine. So we're gonna go back to kind of what we were doing just a moment ago, but maybe we add on, right? Only if it feels good. So let's say that we are going to be lifting that left arm up. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my right hand behind my hip, or of course it can stay right here on the right knee. But otherwise I'm gonna reach that right hand behind my hip, and then I'm just gonna inhale, reach that left arm up. So instead of arching into the lower back, see if you can press into the right fingertips, roll the right shoulder back, and use that pressing into the right fingertips to lift the heart up a little bit more, right? Press the heart up. That left arm is reaching. Take a big breath in, and then breath out, relaxing all of that. Bring that left hand down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lifting up. Really press into the right fingertips. Exhale, coming back 1 more time. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And then exhale, back. Other side, so either left hand to the left knee or left hand comes behind the hips. Right arm will come to that, towards that right knee. And then inhale, reach that right arm up, press through the left fingertips. Use that to press the heart up. And exhale, come back down. 2 more times. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, coming back. 1 more time. Inhale, lifting the heart. Roll that left shoulder back. And exhale, back through center. All right, from here, we're just gonna find our tabletop position. So however you wanna get there, take your time, and maybe this is where you're kind of making sure that you have your blanket set up. All right, and then from here, okay, so from here, we're just gonna find our tabletop position, and maybe you just kind of sway your hips a little bit side to side, right? Kind of like wagging the tail a little bit. And then just come back through center. Your wrists are underneath of your shoulders, knees are underneath of your hips. We'll find our cat-cow. So inhale, let the belly drop and the head come up. And then exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale, belly drops, head comes up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Then from here, take your left hand, put it a little bit more in the center of the mat for support. And then inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, sweep it underneath of that left arm. Let the right shoulder come down. Let the corner, because your head has corners and everything. Let the back right corner of your head come down to the mat. And maybe you walk the left fingertips forward, or maybe they stay right where they were for support. But either way, you're breathing. Breath in, breath out. Take one more big breath in. Breath out. Press through that left hand. Reach that right arm all the way back up towards the ceiling. And then just come back through center. Right hand comes down a little bit more in the center of the mat. Inhale, sweep that left arm up. And then exhale, sweep that left arm underneath of the right. Bring the shoulder down, bring the head down. Maybe that right arm walks out a little bit in front to help kind of open you up into this twist a little bit more. Take one more big breath in. Breath out. Right hand comes in, press yourself up, reach that left arm up, take a big breath in. And then breath out, coming back to that tabletop position. Then from here, just tuck your toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Make any adjustments that you need. Right, and then from here, press into the finger knuckle mounds of your pointer finger and your thumb knuckle mound. Right, okay. So then tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling, put a slight bend in your knees, press into your hands to press your chest back towards your thighs a little bit. Then take a big breath in, breath out. Tippy toe your feet up to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Take your time, let your knees bend as much as they need. And then just hang in your forward fold so your knees can be bent, your head hangs down, your arms relax down. You could sway side to side or shake out the head. And then inhale, flat back. Maybe hands come up to shins or thighs. Roll the shoulder blades back and look straight down. Exhale, fold back down. Then inhale, sweep the arms up, come all the way to standing. And exhale, hands come through heart center. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart towards the thumbs, and then just feel for a moment. You can close the eyes. Take a big breath in, breath out. Then from here, we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up. And then we're just gonna grab either opposite maybe wrists or forearms, or maybe go all the way up towards the elbows. And then from here, we're gonna sit up tall, roll the shoulders back a little bit, and then kind of pull the elbows apart. All right, take a big breath in, breath out. Inhale, lift up a little bit taller, and then exhale, lean towards the right, look towards the left. Then we'll inhale through center. Exhale, lean towards the left, look towards the right. Inhale through center. Exhale just to stay. And then this time, inhale, lift the heart up, pull the elbows back a little bit, right? If this is a lot, you don't have to go that far, right? Just lift the heart a little bit, take a big breath in. And then on your breath out, put a bend in the knees and fold over the legs. See if you can keep the hands as they are as you fold. And then just start to relax here, right? You're still maybe holding opposite arms or elbows. Sway a little side to side. Shake out the head. And then drop the hands down to the ground. We'll inhale to a flat back. Exhale to fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead all the way to standing. This time, exhale, drop the hands behind the back. See if you can interlace fingers, or again, maybe you grab opposite forearms. All right, if you've got the fingers interlaced, we're just gonna roll the shoulders back, hug the elbows towards each other. Maybe the arms go towards straight. They never have to go fully straight, right? Just lifting the heart, breathing. Maybe you pull the hands away from the bum, take a big breath in. On your breath out, slight bend in the knees, fold over the legs, right? Your elbows can be as bent as you need them to be, right? But if the elbows are going towards straight, maybe you let the hands fall away from the back. Take a big breath in. And then breath out slowly with control. Perhaps release the hands down to the mat. Then we'll inhale to a flat back. Bend the knees, hands come down, step both of the feet back to our plank. Then lower the knees down, lower down to your belly. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, lift head and chest, cobra pose. Pull the elbows back towards each other. And then exhale, lower back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lifting head and chest. Exhale to lower. Press back up to your knees. Send your hips back, child's pose. Just take a moment here. Let the hips sink back. You could rock a little bit side to side. And then slowly start to drag your hands in towards your knees. When your hands get in towards your knees, lift up. So we come to this kneeling position. Press your hips forward and inhale, reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Right? We shouldn't feel compression in the lower back. If you do, come out of it a little bit or engage the glutes, press the hips forward and use lots of strength from the ground up. Right? Take a big breath in and then on your breath out, sink all the way back down towards your heels. Okay, so from here, inhale, come back to that kneeling position and then just come to that tabletop position, hands come down. Okay, so the right foot is going to pivot off of the mat behind you. Right hand will stay about where it is. We're just going to step that left foot out long and then inhale to sweep that left arm up. So we're kind of coming to this modified plank pose. Take a big breath in, breath out. Now, either stay here or we've got a few options, right? You can take any option that you maybe explore yourself, or maybe you just bring your left hand to your heart and you start to see if you could lift the heart towards the ceiling, right? To amplify this even more, you could bring left hand behind the head. Let that elbow open wide. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then just slowly come back through center, right? If at any time I offer you a suggestion, which is just that, a suggestion, and you feel compression in the lower back, then you back off a little bit, right? There's no use in overdoing it with these back bends or these heart openers. So take it easy on yourself. Okay, so just going to that other side, left foot pivots off of the mat. Left hand will stay down, right foot will step back, and then inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the ceiling. Okay, again, you can just stay right here, finding this modified side plank. You're really working here. You're keeping the hips nice and lifted. Or maybe you bring the right hand to the heart and you just start to pull that right elbow back as you lift the heart towards the ceiling a little bit more. Right, you're still pressing a lot through that left hand, right? We're not capsizing into the shoulder. Take a big breath in, breath out. Maybe you add that right hand behind the head. Keep that right shoulder open. This is a big move. Take a big breath in, breath out. Come all the way back to that tabletop. Really take your time here. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then just shift forward so we kind of come to our plank, but with our knees down. So our hips will shift forward. Lower all the way down to our belly. And once again, a cobra. So you can keep with that cobra that we were finding before, but if you're feeling nice and open through your back, through your front, through everything, right? Maybe we make it a little bit bigger. So we could take our hands out in line with the shoulders, but outside of the mat. Elbows point up towards the ceiling. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. And then inhale, lift head and chest. Only as far as feels good. When you get here, see if you can roll the shoulders back, hug the elbows down, lift the heart, maybe gaze up. Take a big breath in, and then breath out, coming back down. If you loved that, take it again. If you want to go back to that regular cobra, go ahead. Otherwise, press into the fingertips or hands. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale just to stay. Maybe wrap the elbows down and then lower everything down. Bring your hands by your rib cage. Press up to your knees. Child's pose. Just for a moment, take one big breath in. Breath out, and then inhale, start to pull the hands back towards the knees, lift up onto the knees, and find either that arm reach, or maybe you bring hands behind the back and start to lift the heart up into a variation of our camel pose. Just hold it here, take a big breath in, breath out, and then come back through center, send the hips towards the heels. All right, on your next inhale, here we go again. We're just sweeping the arms up. And then this time, hands come to your hips. We're gonna step that right foot forward, low lunge. So we can start to kind of lean forward into that right foot, right? Remember, pad up your knee. Make sure it feels okay. And then you can even keep the left toes tucked under. That kind of helps support the knee a little bit more. Okay, so then from here, we're just gonna inhale, sweep the arms up, press the hips forward, and then press down into that right foot. Pull that right foot back a little bit, right? So we have really, really strong legs here. That right heel's pulling back. That left knee is kind of pulling forward. So the legs are really strong. Take a big breath in. And then breath out. Keep that pulling. Let that pulling of the feet lift you up, right? Strong legs and cactus the arms, lift the heart. Take a big breath in. Breath out. Let's do that a few times. So inhale, pull the elbows back. But then let's add on. Exhale, reach towards the front of the room. Lean out over that right leg. Then pull the legs towards each other. Inhale, reach back, open up, cactus arms. Exhale, reach towards the front of the room. One more time, just like that. Inhale, pull everything together. Pull the heart through, open up. Exhale, reach. Bring the hands down. Step that right knee back. Shifting forward to that knees down plank, lower down to your belly. Any variation of cobra that you want. So just on the inhale, lifting head and chest. Exhale, lower. Send yourself all the way back, child's pose. And then a variation of camel, so lifting up to the knees, the hands dragged back. Hands can come to your lower back, they can reach up, or maybe this time they reach for the heels if that feels okay, right? Keep pressing the hips forward, keep lifting the heart up. Take a big breath in, breath out. Slowly come out, sink the hips towards the heels. All right, then here we go. Inhale, lifting all the way up to the knees. Step that left foot forward, and then press the hips forward, lean into that left foot. Okay, so let's get that kind of stable action going in the legs, right? So press into that left foot, but then pull that left heel back a little bit. Use that to let that right knee pull forward. So you're kind of scissoring the legs together. Okay, then you have a really strong base. So from here, we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up, and then exhale, pull the legs towards each other, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Adding on, inhale here, and then exhale, reach towards the front of the room. Inhale, pull the legs together, lift the heart, pull the elbows back. Exhale, reach towards the front of the room. One more time, inhale, cactus the arms, pull everything back. Exhale, reach towards the front of the room. Then just bring the hands down, step that left knee back, tabletop position. Here we go, I think you know where we're going, right? We're gonna lower all the way down to any variation of our cobra. Take your time. It's an inhale to lift up, and exhale to lower down. Press back to your knees. Child's pose, just for one breath. And then any variety of that camel that we've been finding, right? Lifting up to the knees, maybe reaching the arms, hands to lower back, or maybe hands to the heels. And then just coming back through center, sink the hips down. Whew. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna find a seat on our bum. All right, and then we're gonna bring our feet out in front. Our feet are about hip distance apart. We'll plant the soles of the feet down, and then hands come back behind you a little bit. If it feels okay on the wrist, the fingertips point towards your bum. If that doesn't feel so good, then you can always point fingers out towards the side or maybe even behind you or whatever. Okay, then from here, press into your feet, roll your shoulders back, lift your heart, take a big breath in, and then breath out, press into your feet, lift your hips up, and then slowly come back down. All right, we're gonna do that with our breath, so we'll kind of sync up a little bit here. So inhale, press into your feet, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower back down. One more time. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower back down. Then we'll just find our cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet come together, knees come out wide. Sit up nice and tall. Hands come to your shins or ankles or feet. Take a big breath in. And then breath out, folding down. Inhale to rise back up. Exhale, fold back down. Find a nice flowy movement here. Maybe you close your eyes. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rounding up. Straightening through the spine, and then exhale, we'll fold back down. And just inhale, rise back up. Bring the soles of your feet down to the mat. Knees go up towards the ceiling. And then we're just going to actually, before we lay down, we're going to prep ourselves for a pose that we'll do in a little bit. So we're going to take our blanket and we're going to fold it a few times. Right, and if you have a pillow or a bolster or something like that, you can use that too. We're just gonna fold it a few times so that it's nice and long. It's the width of our mat at least, but that it has a little bit of height here. And then I'm just gonna leave it off to the side for a moment. We'll use it in just a minute. So then from here, I'm just gonna lay all the way down onto my back. Whew, and just drop into the mat. Kind of feel the settling that happens, especially because we've been doing so much with the spine and with the heart opening, right? So take a big breath in, breath out, relax a little bit, and then bridge pose. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Your hands can come down by your side, and then press into your feet, lift your hips up. Just hold it here. See if you can press evenly through the inside edge and the outside edges of your feet. Hug your knees towards each other a bit. Feel the glutes engage. Take a big breath in, and then breath out, lower down. All right, so this is a gentle class, so I want you to do what feels good for you. But we've done a lot of heart opening, and so know that you are ready to do this if you would like to do this, right? I am going to show you how to get into wheel. If wheel is not something you want to do today, stick with your bridge or stick with literally anything else that feels good. Okay, otherwise I'm gonna lead you into a bridge, and we're gonna go into it really, really mindfully. We're gonna build into it. So first, find your bridge pose. So lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Then bring your arm bones underneath you. See if you can interlace fingers so that you can roll the shoulders underneath you and lift the heart, right? So this is gonna kind of set our shoulders in a more open position anyways. Okay, so from here, you can stay here the whole time, or you can set your hands right next to your ears, elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. When you are ready, press into your feet, press into your hands. Just lift very, very gently to the crown of your head. You're not actually taking a lot of weight there. This is just a little step. Then from here, hug your elbows towards each other, your forearms towards each other, and plug your shoulders in. So kind of pull your shoulders together underneath you. Then take a big breath in, breath out. Maybe you press into the hands and lift up into your wheel. Okay, make it nice and easy. We don't have to go crazy here. The knees and the arms can still be bent. Take a big breath in, breath out. And then just tuck the chin, slowly lower down. Okay, awesome. Right, whether you did it or whether you didn't do it, it doesn't really matter. If you did it and you want to do it again, go ahead, right? Pause the video or just keep on with those wheels. But otherwise, just find a gentle windshield wiper with the legs. Let the knees fall to one side and then to the other. And then we're gonna grab our blanket. And we're just gonna bring the blanket underneath of our heart, right? So it's nice and folded up. We're gonna bring it so that it comes right underneath of our rib cage, and it comes underneath of our armpits, right? So it's not like our shoulders are up on it. Our shoulders are kind of hanging off of the blanket a little bit. Then just let the head relax down. Let the arms open up to the side, and you can do whatever you want with the legs. The knees can be bent and falling in on each other, or you could stretch the legs out long, whatever. Supta Baddha, Konasana legs, whatever you want. Okay, take a big breath in. Let it go. And just let that blanket support you. Let that little lift of the heart start to relax the front of the body. So all the muscles in the pecs, the chest, the shoulders, the arms, let it all go, let it all relax. Just get really heavy. And relax the jaw, relax the eyebrows, relax the top of the head. Take a big breath in. Let it go. And just slowly find some way to get that blanket out from underneath you. So maybe you just support yourself on the elbows. Slide that blanket off to the side and just, again, return to your back. And then just feel that settling. Right? Find your Shavasana. Let your legs extend out long. Let your arms relax by your side. And then just feel the opening, the space that you have created. And then see if you can use all the space that we created around your heart center to generate a little bit of gratitude and a little bit of love. Right? And that could just be gratitude for yourself, for showing up, for doing something good for you. It could be love for your body, right? Maybe we can acknowledge how much our body does for us, right? It has been there every single day of your life. It has carried you every step of the way. So a little bit of love, a little bit of gratitude for your body and all that it does for you. And take a big breath in. Let it go. You can stay here as long as you want, just breathing, finding gratitude and love, just being. But this is where I leave you. So take a big breath in. Let it go. And until I see you next time, have a beautiful day. Keep on keeping on. Namaste.